to my channel. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well, so I hope you're doing well too. You know, throughout the day, my whole life, I've just been praying, praying for good things for everybody that lives on this planet. And I've been met with many roadblocks and, everybody knows the story, right? Everybody has their own battles. When we're going out in the world, you have to make yourself aware of the energy you're emitting. If you're emitting an energy of nervousness, of fear, of uncertainty, that is what you will be faced with, because others are feeling the same way too. So you're going to draw that into your existence. Being energetically connected to each other doesn't have to mean, somebody's invading your space or trying to get into your head. I think that's the ego talking. The whole point of us being here as energetically beings is to connect wholeheartedly, unconditionally with each other for the common good of man and the planet. So I'm trying really hard to be more upbeat in my speaking and choosing my words wisely, because words do hold power. And the word that I want to share with you today is that God is already here. Jesus is already here. He lives in us. Our actions are guided by Him. If you're being guided to do something bad to somebody else, then that's not God or Jesus talking to you. That's your ego. It's really hard when we have all these aspirations and things that we think we should be doing or proving to others or whatever, just being a productive member of society. And we've all been programmed, since the day we were born. And I grew up in a very esoteric family religion, I guess, because from birth to 4 years old, I had spent a lot of time at the Danish Lutheran Church in Victoria, where I was gladly welcomed, no problem. I bonded with my grandparents. My mom and dad, they both worked a lot, so judging by the pictures and memories that I do have, my connection was to my grandparents, right, as mom and dad, right? And that's totally natural to happen when you have a small baby. And the memories that I have with them are with me still today. And my grandparents, maybe they did favor me a little bit more because my mom was a single mom in the 70s. And it was really looked down upon by her other siblings. And my mom was judged very harshly for her actions. She was a free spirit too. She didn't know she could get pregnant. She wasn't having periods properly. My dad, same thing. Apparently he had a low sperm count and was told he couldn't have children. Well, I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but, it was definitely sexual. It was definitely, they had intimacy, I have letters from my dad and stuff that I still have. And that was, my greatest wish in the world was to be with my dad. I mean, every child wants their parents, right? Whatever one isn't around. That's totally normal. And my mom would get so angry at me because she felt that I was rejecting her and didn't want her. And she obviously was an older woman, and me trying to explain to her what I was feeling coming from a child's mouth wasn't coherent to her, and I was shut down a lot. I know when I was in Victoria before I was moved here to Tassus, that my mom and I spent a lot of time together in Victoria, downtown. She would take me to these odd places, right? But I know what she was doing. She was showing me the people that were suffering, right? So that I could go and do my thing. And from the stories that I've grown up hearing, it's that, members of her family, her sister, were trying to take me away from her. So she fled. She took off with me because she felt threatened. So she moved me to Tassus. I came here in 1974, and I'm pretty sure I know for sure she never planned any of the horrors that I went through, My stepbrother was molesting me, and that started when I was 5 years old. So that was a major trigger. I learned disassociation from my body at a very early age. And I struggled to get that little girl back because her mission here was to love people, and she left. Once in a while she comes out, and but she's still scared. This is very hard for me to talk about. I don't want anybody depressed and sad, So I just want everybody to know that God is truly, truly, truly with you. And you just have to have faith. Have faith and believe that He will provide for you. And don't let your ego guide your actions, thinking that it was God directing your actions. Because sometimes God's mission for you is just to rest in Him, right? Receive His love and give His love back to Him. It's like a circuit, And my circuit with God is very strong. I've checked my ego just to make sure that I'm not delusional and I'm not crazy. And I'm still being met with some roadblocks, but that's okay because I'm strong enough to handle them. And there are a lot of small-minded people in the world. It's not just where I live. It's where you live. It's where others live. And the ironic thing that has been coming to me lately is that one of my biggest prayers for the planet is making sure that everybody has food to eat. And I'm being faced with multiple barriers, I guess, I'm dealing with egotistical people that want to control who gets the food and who doesn't. And to me, that's not right, And churches, and I've been, like I said before in another video, I was homeless, so I've spent a lot of time with homeless people and on the street and going to different churches for meals. And Jesus sat with his people and ate with them. He didn't make them sit down in prayer before feeding them. And I experienced this treatment. You had to say all these prayers first before they'd help you. And that it's so wrong. It's just so wrong. So, if you end up listening to this, thank you. I'm very grateful for your feedback, if you have any. I accept positive feedback only. Any negative feedback, I will respond to. That is my right. But most of the time I leave it up to God, because whatever you think and say and do all comes back to you anyways. And people really need to realize that their words are powerful, their thoughts are powerful. So no one's here to outshine anybody else. The common goal is to just love the planet, live in peace, have food to eat, have a roof over your head, and believe and have faith in God. Make him a part of your life today. He's waiting for you. He's just waiting. All you got to do is ask. Ask God for help. Ask God to take all your worries and your fears and your uncertainties from you. He's waiting. Answer his call. God bless you. I love you. Have a great day.